for checking out the Sportsline Podcast on our CHCH and Parrot Media platforms. I'm Bubba O'Neil. As we like to do, athletes, teams, executives, and broadcasters who hail from Southern Ontario, and in particular the Golden Horseshoe, are our normal target. But today, we're going to focus on an event that's expected to gather an audience around or above 100 million worldwide viewers. We are just days away from the most viewed annual sporting event in the world as excitement builds for the expected action on the football field for Super Bowl 60. The thrill of monetary action with the likes of DraftKings is through the roof. Who do you like, the Patriots or the Seahawks? To help us understand the smart play for responsible wagering, he's a legend. He is the director of sports operations at DraftKings, Johnny Avello. Thank you so much for joining us on the Sportsline Podcast.
Good morning, Bubba. At least it's morning where I am here in the San Francisco area, and getting closer to the big game, which the excitement picks up. It's a huge day for us at DraftKings with all these offerings for the general public, and I can't wait till it starts.
Well, you've been there all week, and then the media week and media nights and all the things that go on during this big build-up for the big game on Sunday. What's kind of the mood and environment in Santa Clara right now?
Yeah, I was walking the streets last night, a lot of partying going on, bands out in the middle of the street, and a lot of people just doing their night gig, and some doing their morning, some running and jogging, and it's, the excitement's picking up. I got here Wednesday. I was down at the Waste Management for the first couple of days, and I can tell from those couple, that 2-day happening here is that it's picking up. So I expect today, Friday, to even be more so, and then when we get in, it'll be off the charts Saturday and Sunday.
I'm going to ask you a couple of questions that may be master of the obvious to you, but there's a couple of people like myself that are kind of just exploring the wagering sort of world. So let me throw this to you. Is this really the most popular event for wagering, and how much money is going to change hands over the next couple of days, and I guess going after the game?
This is the most popular one-day event. The March Madness tournament, which takes place over 3 weeks, actually overshadows this. But for one day, this is it. And, and the reason for that is not everybody bets football each and every week, but it feels like everybody has some kind of action on this game. Whether you're playing in our squares, you're betting a prop, you're betting the game itself. And there's a lot of options out there. So this will be the biggest betting single game for us for the year, and rightfully so. I mean, it's two teams, out there on the field trying to be the champ of the NFL season, and everyone wants to be a part of it.
It's funny, here in Canada, as you well know, the way, hey, let's be honest here. It's not like wagering and betting wasn't going on for many years in Canada, right? But now that the government have kind of lightened up on things now, I got to throw this question to you. Where are we in terms of sort of the wagering world? Obviously, the United States leading the way, but where are we in Canada? Is it an industry that's got growth in it?
Oh, we're seeing growth each and every year, not only in the U.S., but in Canada also. More people were in a wait-and-see approach. They wanted to kind of navigate and see if, do I really want to be part of this? Let me see what it's all about. Can I do it? Is it easy to do it? And as they find in the DraftKings app, it is easy to find what you're looking for, and with so much content up there, you're going to find something you're looking for. I mean, we offer not only sporting events, we offer Academy Awards, Grammy, bet wagering, so there's a lot of content out there, and I'm sure someone will find something to their liking.
Is NFL football the leading for Canada? Is it NHL hockey? The Blue Jays were hot this year. Even the Raptors have been making some moves. What are the trends?
It's football. Football seems to be the king each and every year. In your area, it's followed by hockey. Certainly, that a sport there that's been around for such a long time. I know Canada hasn't won it in a while, but they've been close. They were close the last couple of years. But in the U.S., it's basketball follows football. But football is the king as of now, and I think it's going to stay that way for the time to come.
Okay, so as I understand, for a lot of the wagering out there, a lot of guys are, I mean, the spread. Everyone, that's the first thing. I mean, Sunday, the AFC and NFC Championship are done, and everyone's looking for the spread of the Super Bowl. And I understand it opened up at, what, around 4.5, 3.5? Is that where it went?
We opened 3.5, and we are currently at 4.5. Now, I will tell you, Bubba, that we opened that a couple Sundays ago, right after the AFC NFC Championship game, and we were at 4.5 by Monday morning, and we're still at 4.5. The total opened 46.5. That dropped to 45.5 at that same time, and we're still at 45.5. So not a lot of movement in the game. I will tell you that there is more Seattle money than there is on the Patriots, although the Patriots have been seeing some action on the money line, and that's the bet where the team to win straight up. And there's reasons for that. The Patriot believers say, we don't need the points. We're going to win this one straight up. Why would I lay $1.10 to win $1 on a normal point spread when I can take close to 2-1 for my dollar? That's better value for me as a Patriot fan because I believe they'll win. So that's the reason behind the money line and why the Patriots are taking the majority of money there.
Are more people looking at this in terms of wagering, the spread or straight up?
They're kind of close because,
wow.
Yeah, they are kind of close. The total is in the third position. Like I said, with the chance to get more back for your money, that's where the Patriot people are. But the Seahawk people are on the spread side. They're laying it because they don't want to lay the bigger number, minus 240. So that's minus 240 to win $1. So $2.40 to win $1. So think about that. That's quite a bit of money to put up, but that's just to win the game straight up. Their thinking is that the Seahawks will cover the 4.5 point spread.
Obviously, the next thing I'm curious about is the prop betting. Like, it's endless, isn't it? Like, am I right in saying how long Bad Bunny will be the Nat? Like, can you explain to me the madness of prop betting in this game?
You guys are fortunate up in your area to we've given you some props on the national anthem, and we've also given you the props on the Gatorade, and we've given you the props on the halftime show. In the U.S., we're not offering the anthem or the halftime show. The Gatorade is up. So, yeah, for the Gatorade itself, that's orange is the favorite, followed by blue. They're pretty close. And so, we do a little bit of research on that. What did they use last time they played? Look on social media. That's not something that we can actually use power ratings to figure out. So we have to go by what we find out there. As far as the national anthem, it's just a tick under 2 minutes, 119.5 seconds. So you can bet over or under that. And then you mentioned the halftime show. We have Bad Bunny's first song. We also have to make a physical appearance on stage. Cardi B minus 250. And so Jennifer Lopez minus 120. So you can bet all these different options. We also have the total global viewership of the Super Bowl, 135.5 million. You can bet over or under that. The number of songs performed by Bad Bunny, 11.5, which means there'll be no tie. It'll be under 12 or over 12. And then will Bad Bunny perform an unreleased song? Yes, no. So you guys have the option to have all these bets that we do not have in the U.S.
I think it's wild. And so you've been in this business for decades. Is this betting, is the prop betting actually more popular? Like, are people more interested in these kind of more fun-like bets?
Yeah, they are. To be honest with you, that most bets are made on the game itself. There are some people like engage in this because it is, it's fun and it's different. Some of the new bets we have up this year are next gen stats, the fastest ball carrier. That's kind of cool stuff to bet on. We also have the general props. Some other fun ones are the coin toss. We have the jersey number of the first touchdown score. Will there be a flea flicker? A scoreagami, that's a score that has never happened before. Will a quarterback catch a pass in the game? Will there be a kickoff return for a touchdown? Will an offensive lineman score a touchdown? These are all the other props outside of the quarterback's passing yards and the quarterback's passing attempts, and first touchdown scorer, and it goes on and on and on. So anything that could possibly happen in this game is up on this board.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because again, of your knowledge of all of this entire business, how is the line set on, okay, Bad Bunny's going to have 5 songs over, how does that number on all of these kind of wild bets and wagers come from? Where does it come from? Where's the research?
Yeah, there's a little bit of thinking that goes into that, Bubba. You think about how much time Bad Bunny has on stage, and then you look at Bad Bunny's songs, and then you know he's going to condense some of them. And so there's a little bit of handicapping on our side on what's going to happen there. These are not easy proposition bets to put up. And so maybe somebody will have a better gauge on what they think Bad Bunny's going to do, and bet this and say, I think Bad Bunny's only going to sing 9 songs or so. So we do the best we can. We put them up. It's real good entertainment. The limits are low on this. It's not like you bet $50,000 on it. It's, people are going to bet a couple $100 on it. And so they'll have the opportunity to bet everything that's going to go on in the first half, the halftime with Bad Bunny, and then you can get into the second half with the in-game wager. And so it never ends. It's 4.5, 5 hours of sheer entertainment.
You're right. Entertainment is exactly the word that I kind of feel like when I look at these types of bets and wagers, and and people that I know that would never wager a dime, they get into this kind of stuff, I guess, because there is so much fun to it. There's another term that I'm very curious about that may be basic to you that I think we need to understand. There's a term called the sharps. What does that mean? Or who are they?
Sophisticated players. There's the casual player, call them unsophisticated, and there's the sophisticated player who does bet sports for a living. Will they be in this game? Somehow, some way. They may not be on the spread. They may not be on the money line. They may not be on the total. They may be on a couple of props that they feel they have an edge in. And you ask, who are they? There's many of them. I know quite a few of them. When they bet, we move the line because we respect their opinion. And when you do this for a living, we know that they make money doing this for a living. So therefore, when they do, now they don't win all the time, Bub. It's not like every single bet they make, they win. But they probably hold 54 to 56%, which is a little better than breaking out even. But over time, they will make money. But it's not easy. It's a lot of work. It's a job. You're constantly involved in looking at information and breaking down games and looking for any type of edge you can possibly find. So if you want to be involved in it, it's like your job that you're doing now, for probably 40 hours a week, and it takes its toll on you because it's not a paycheck that constantly comes in.
Right.
You could have your ups, you can have your downs, and it could be hectic to be involved in it. But they are good, and we respect what they do.
In your best days, what was your best percentage, we'll say, in NFL football? Like, what would be a number that you would say, man, that was a great year?
Well, remember, I'm an odds maker, and I'm not a professional bettor.
Right.
And so my job and our team's job is to put up odds that equal the teams out. as far as us picking winners, that's not what we do. So if I had to pick sports for a living, which I don't do and I don't want to do, it wouldn't be that easy. I mean, just because we make odds on games doesn't necessarily that we can pick who the winner of the game is going to be.
Interesting. Well, let's get back to the game here. And I think it's interesting for a lot of people because I don't think, and again, you would know the odds, at the beginning of the year in September that we would have ever, with teams like Baltimore, the Ravens, and the Chiefs, and the Bills around, and the Niners, did anyone have the Seahawks facing the Patriots? Like this has to be a big surprise for Vegas.
We do have where you can bet a matchup of those two getting there, and I think, and there were some people that had it for small money, like maybe $20 to win like $10,000 or so, but the odds on both teams, the Patriots were 80-1, and the Seahawks were 70-1. As far as the future book is concerned, where people can bet all the teams to win the Super Bowl, we're in pretty good shape with the Seahawks, but we are not in good shape with the Patriots. Patriots have taken money all year to win the Super Bowl, not only at that 80-1 price that I talked about initially, but at 60-1, at 50-1, at 40-1, all the way down the ladder. They're a very popular team, more so than the Seahawks are. So we're in a little bit of jeopardy if the Patriots do win the Super Bowl.
Everyone wants to talk about the quarterbacks. I mean, it's the glory position. Let's start with the Seattle quarterback, Sam Darnold, who some say it may be one of the biggest reclamation projects that we've seen since, I don't know, maybe going back to I think it might have been 80-81 when Jim Plunkett, a guy that was, a number one draft pick and then a failure, and here he is in the Super Bowl. A little bit about what you're seeing in terms of action or the thoughts about Sam Darnold.
Yeah, we're seeing action on Sam Darnold, and we're seeing action on Drake May. They're betting they have the opportunity to bet over or under their passing yards. Darnold's 240, over 240 or under 240. Drake May's 230 or under 230. Plus, you have either to throw a touchdown, their passing touchdowns, their passing attempts. All of that's up there, and all of that's taking some action. My feelings on the two guys is that Drake May is, only in his second year. He's was second running. He didn't win the MVP of the league. That was won by Matthew Stafford last night, but he was very close second. First Super Bowl, obviously, and he'll probably have a little bit of jitters, but he's well coached. I think the coach will probably be a little more conservative early. On the Sam Darnold side, his last game was one of his best. He's had a couple of, maybe two out of his last three games have been two of his best of the year. He hasn't made many mistakes. He's prone to, either fumble the ball or throw an interception in a game. He learned a lot. He was with the Jets. He didn't play well with the Jets. He went to Carolina, didn't play much better there. Went to San Francisco and kind of sat the bench and played here and there. But I think that's where he probably learned the most because of the coaching up there. And then went to Minnesota, had a great year, got traded to Seattle, had another great year. So he's a little green too, although he's been in the league a while to play in big games like this. I don't know if he'll be airing it out early also. So my feeling is that this game will be a little bit more conservative early. By the time we get to the fourth quarter, maybe it opens up, maybe it doesn't. But, you can't just let these guys go wild out there. They got to be coached. This is one big game. You try to limit your mistakes because the team that makes the least amount of mistakes most likely wins this football game.
Is that what makes this game so incredible, is that it is one game, one shot, and any type of wager that is made, that there's no continuity. This is it. This is the final game of the season. Is that why there's so much excitement?
Well, the NFL's done a great job, Bubba, marketing this game. I mean, this is number 60, and every year it just gets bigger and better, and the entertainment at halftime and everything they do surrounding this game. So, it's been marketed as the big game of the year, and everybody has bought in, and it seems to get bigger and bigger every year.
You're in California. You're near the site of the game. You'll be at the game. Can you, again, because I've never seen anything like this, but I've heard stories, and we've rolled some visuals of like some of the places in Las Vegas. Those sports areas where they have the big boards and many people. Like, is it just a wild scene there on a day like Super Bowl Sunday?
Yeah, it is. Well, just to go to last night, I was going through the town last night, walking around, probably walked 5 miles yesterday, and there's happenings all over the city. There's bands playing in various areas. People are really excited. You go to Chinatown. Some of the popular places here in town are just vibrant and colorful, and people are just having a great time, and big parties everywhere. And it's only Friday, and we got a couple more days to go. I've been around a lot of these big parties, being from Las Vegas and working in the Vegas environment. We had parties each and every year at our hotels. We hosted the big event one time there, probably host it again in the future. But it's a place where people want to be, even if they don't have tickets to the game. They want to be here. They want to be involved, and it's just a great time. I tell everyone out there, you got to give it. It should be on your bucket list to at least try it once.
In closing, there's something I'd like to ask you, and because you've seen this business and its changes over the years, and why many people do call you a legend is because I guess you've seen the business change into a company let's be honest here, there was a lot of talk about backroom deals going on in pool halls with lots of smoke and stuff like that, but we don't have that anymore. and you have a company like a DraftKings, well respected, and there are some others out there too. Has that made the industry a better industry, in your opinion?
I think it has. At one time, the only place you could go was to Las Vegas if you wanted to make a wager in sports. We put up quite a bit of content, but nowhere's near the content that DraftKings puts up, including all these entertainment events, the Academy Awards, the Grammys, other events you can bet on besides sports wagering. And so it's given the opportunity to people, not only in Canada, but in 30 states in the U.S., to be able to do something that Vegas has done for a really long time. And we're only in the first quarter, Bubba. We got a long way to go.
All right. I need a little advice. Who's going to win the game? Where do I put my smart money?
Well, I'm going to give you 2 tips, Bubba.
Thank you.
And I'm not in the promos that DraftKings is offering, and I think they are in your area. I'm not 100% okay. So I can't give you a selection for the game because but I do believe that the game will be somewhat close. A lot of people think Seattle will win this game going away. I think it'll be closer than that because of the way that the Patriots are coached. But the promotions are huge. The one is the longest touchdown promotion for $4 million. So if you make a touchdown scoring bet for $5, it could be any type of bet. It could be the first, the last, who will score, during the game, anytime touchdown. And the one you pick scores the longest, you participate in the $4 million. So that's a no-brainer. The second one is for live wagering, which I think is a really great way to play the game, because live wagering, it changes, the odds change, and maybe you see a particular situation where you say, wow, I like the position of this team now, even though they're down. They were the favorite in the game, now they're getting points, I like it. Or they were the underdog and now they're even getting more points. So I think there's some opportunities there. For live wagering, if you make any wagers you make from $1 to $100, as many as you make. You're involved in the pool there. That's a random drawing with bets anywhere from $10,000, free bets anywhere from $10,000 down to $25. So those are opportunities I think that the bettors should take advantage of. We're putting up the money. All it takes is a small wager or on the consumer's end. So definitely dive into those.
You've now tickled my curiosity, Johnny. I'll be looking into this. Hey, this has been, I've learned a lot. I know our viewers and our listeners certainly have. Your experience in the business, it's certainly rubbed off on us a little bit. Enjoy Super Sunday. We really appreciate you giving us your time here on the Sportsline Podcast.
My pleasure, Bubba. We'll talk again.
All right. Look forward to it. Maybe a little Stanley Cup talk when you got something going on.
Love it. Yes.
All right. Appreciate your time again. That's your Sportsline Podcast for the day. And if you've just seen and heard, we love talking sports. And Super Sunday's got some interesting wagering opportunities. If you do know of an athlete, team, or event to promote the Sportsline Podcast, do want to hear from you. Please hit that thumbs up, like, and subscribe button. And if you have something to say, lay it down, folks. For the wonderful people that make the Sportsline Podcast possible, thank you so very much. And we'll see you very soon.